Hello, I'm Debbie Russ with the BBC News. Supporters and opponents of Donald Trump are gathering outside the New York court where he's due to become the first former or sitting US president to face criminal charges. Mr. Trump is expected to leave his Manhattan residence shortly. The charges relate to a payment made to buy the silence of a porn star, Stormy Daniels, shortly before Mr. Trump's election victory in 2016. The BBC's Neda Tawfik says security outside the courthouse is tight.
I've never seen quite the number of press and police outside of a courthouse in New York before. It is an absolute madhouse. We've seen Secret Service, NYPD officers wearing flak jackets, patrolling this area with sniffer dogs. Barricades are stopping pedestrians from coming and going. And above, again, we can still hear helicopters, news helicopters getting images, aerial images of the courthouse. NYPD telling me the whole way, and others, move, hustle, keep it moving. They are clearly on edge, wanting to make sure that everything is as orderly as possible.
Finland has become the newest member of NATO in a ceremony at the headquarters of the military alliance in Brussels. The Finnish flag was raised alongside that of the 30 other member states. Finland applied to join the alliance after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. President Sauli Niinisto said a new chapter in Finland's history was beginning.
The era of military non-alignment in our history has come to an end. NATO membership strengthens our international position and room for maneuver. We have already long actively participated in NATO activities.
The Kremlin said it would be forced to take countermeasures, but gave no details. The United States has announced more military aid for Ukraine, saying it will continue to help the country meet its battlefield needs against Russia. The latest package, worth over $2.5 billion, includes artillery shells and ammunition for HIMARS rocket systems. Research by the campaign group Global Witness has found that the majority of climate scientists have suffered abuse and harassment on social media. Here's Merlin Thomas.
Global Witness surveyed 468 climate scientists around the world and found that half of those who reported experiencing abuse online have dealt with anxiety, and a fifth said they had depression as a result of the abuse. I spoke to some climate scientists who've reported experiencing death threats, racial abuse and harassment from climate deniers online. Around 40% of scientists also said it's made them less likely to post on social media about the climate. Experts say this could have a significant impact on our collective understanding of climate change and climate action.
This is the latest world news from the BBC. The Ethiopian authorities say they've detained a number of people who were plotting to kill senior government officials. The National Security Task Force said most of the detainees were academics, media owners and activists who were aiming to incite violence in the country. It said the attacks were planned for the capital Addis Ababa, the Oromia and Amhara regions, as well as Dire Dawa city. At least 10 secondary school students have been abducted in Kaduna State in northwest Nigeria. They were seized on Monday from a government school in Awon. Kaduna is one of several states where armed gangs have frequently carried out attacks. In 2021, hundreds of students were kidnapped from various schools and colleges. The International Committee of the Red Cross says 19 soldiers abducted by rebels in the Central African Republic in February have been released. An ICRC official said the groups seized during a raid in the north of the country were due to arrive in the northern town of Birao before being transferred to the capital, Bangui. A factory has opened in Germany aiming to make small helicopter-style electric taxis. The opening was attended by Germany's Transport Minister and other high-ranking politicians. Damien McGuinness reports.
Electric air taxis look like helicopters, but they have numerous rotors, a bit like drones, but large enough to carry people. They are battery-powered, so if the electricity is renewable, flying could become carbon neutral. The German startup Volocopter says it's ready to start the first commercial electric urban flight next year in Paris, in time for the Olympic Games. Other firms are also racing to launch their own electric air taxis. They say the technology is ready, but given the potential dangers of people flying around cities at low altitudes, the challenge now is to get regulators to agree.
BBC News.